The wild, untamed rivers of northern Australia are places where beauty and danger exist side by side. For most people, this is a paradise that is worth exploring, but for one man, it became a true horror story. This is the story of 40-year-old Dr. Dave Hogbin, a family man whose final act was one of unimaginable courage. Crocodiles have roamed these waters for over 200 million years. They are apex predators, silent and calculating, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. But no one could have ever predicted that a simple walk along the riverbank at the Annan River Bridge would turn into a fight for survival. In August 2023, Dave Hogbin and his wife Jane were on a dream camping holiday. They had done this many times before and always enjoyed exploring nature and the local wildlife and creating memories with their 3 young boys. But this trip meant for adventure would soon turn into a true horror story. What happened next would take less than 30 seconds, but it would change everything for them forever. It was early afternoon and the sun gleamed over the river. Dave and his wife Jane strolled along an established path on a 16-foot, 5-meter-high riverbank. But then, without warning, the earth beneath them collapsed, and Dave slipped down into the muddy water. Jane reacted instantly. She lunged, reaching out, grabbing Dave's arm, trying to stop him from slipping further into the water. She held on, gripping tightly as she tried to pull him back. But the bank was steep, and the ground was wet, and she was slipping too. And then the water beneath them moved. There was a shadow close to Dave, a force of nature rising from the depths. A massive crocodile, nearly 16 foot, 5 meters long, lunged out of the water and grabbed onto Dave's arm. When Jane saw this, she was horrified. The animal was moving closer to Dave, trying to pull him away from the riverbank. And what happened next will haunt her for the rest of her life. She was still doing her best to hang on to him, but because the crocodile was pulling Dave with more force, she herself had started to slip down further away from the bank too. She saw desperation in her husband's face until his eyes met hers. It was in this moment of sheer terror for the both of them that she knew he was saying goodbye. Because when Dave realized she was also falling down towards the water, it was in that moment that he knew he had only one choice. He looked into Jane's eyes, and with one final act of love, he let go of her. She screamed in shock at what he had just done, and then in an instant she saw the crocodile move away, with her husband in its jaws. For a few seconds she lay still on the riverbank, looking at the now still water. She knew she had to move, but her mind could not work out how to do it. She saw her 3 young sons in her mind then, and knew she had to return to them alive. So she was finally able to maneuver herself back up the slippery riverbank. Once she was clear of danger, she was able to run for help. The Queensland Police and Rescue Units carried out an extensive search for Dave Hogbin. Witnesses were able to tell them that the crocodile that swam away with the man had a distinctive white scar on its snout. A few days later, a helicopter search found the crocodile in a creek 4 kilometers upstream from Crocodile Bend. Wildlife officers euthanized the animal responsible and cut out the remains of David. Dr. Dave Hogbin's story is one of heartbreak, but also heroism. A man who, in his final moment, made the ultimate sacrifice. His story is a reminder that nature is both breathtaking and unforgiving, and that love, even in the face of terror, is the most powerful force of all. If you found this true horror story compelling and want to watch more videos like this, then like, share, and subscribe to this channel.